Anyone who knows me knows how much I love burgers, and they're probably going to be shocked to hear that I've actually never had a burger with an egg on it until now. And part of that was because for a while I was never really into egg yolks. Only recently have I started to appreciate the flavor and taste that come with eating a yolk. And I've wanted to give it a try for as long as this black box challenge has existed, because I've seen a Binging with Babish episode about making the Good Morning Burger from The Simpsons, which looked so excessive in such a tasty way that I showed that clip to my dad, and it's just like, hey, we're trying this too, right? And sure enough, it worked out perfectly for this week, because this week wasn't so focused on ingredients, it was more about technique and methods in regards to creating a dish. And the two methods for this week were fire and ice. And when I thought of fire, I instantly thought of a barbecue and thought this was my shot to make that one burger. And some Simpsons purists are going to point out that I didn't put ham on it before putting on the fried egg. In fact, I didn't have any ham on it at all. And I really wanted to, but ham is a food that disappears very quickly in our house, so I felt like we needed to keep that preserved for as long as we can. We love putting ham with our eggs as part of breakfast, and it was so tempting and it was so tough not to put it on there, but it was a necessary choice nonetheless. In regards to the burger, the only real fault I could really say is that we didn't put salt or pepper on it because we didn't bring the shakers out with us as we were barbecuing. If we had that stuff on there and a little bit of Frank's Red Hot powder to put on the egg, that would have been spot on. It really would have been a perfect dish. But trying out a burger with a sunny side up egg for the first time was really interesting. I've always wondered if having a yolk in there would be a great substitute for ketchup or mustard, and it turned out to be the perfect substitute for just about any condiment whatsoever. And the bacon, you bite right through it. There wasn't anything too crispy about the bacon. The egg was perfectly runny. It did not go hard, which I was kind of afraid of because we never actually cooked eggs on the barbecue before. We never really had much of a reason to before. And the best part is, I already have friends on Facebook asking where their patio reservation is when they get theirs. And trust me when I say I can't wait to take that opportunity. So for fire, there was barbecuing off a really good burger. But ice was a little bit of a limit for me because not that many subscribers know this about me. I'm actually straight edge. I don't drink whatsoever. So making cocktails was kind of out of the question. I wouldn't know jack shit on how to do that. But in my Babish cookbook that I've shown in these clips a few times, there was a recipe for butterbeer, and I was gonna go along with that until I found out some of the ingredients involved butterscotch. And truth is, I don't really like butterscotch. So I tried looking for a recipe that was a little more maple based, because when you think of butterscotch syrup, which would have been the non-alcoholic version I would have went with, I thought, okay, well, there's maple syrup, maybe there is a maple substitute. And sure enough, I found a Harry Potter superfan online who actually had her own different recipe on how to make the drink. There are a lot of differences between the official recipe and hers. The official one calls for egg whites, it calls for vanilla extract and stuff like that. But she did have the bare essentials. She had whipping cream, she had cream soda, the tradition of chilling your glasses before you drink into it and then pouring more ice into it afterwards. Felt a little excessive to me, but I thought might as well go along with it. It's not like you're going to see the ice anyways because of how foamy the drink was, which I was not expecting whatsoever. That gulp that you saw me drink, it was more foam than the drink itself. And I would say that was one of the big problems, but the other big problem is I'm just not a fan of cream soda. And I kind of knew that going in, but I felt that if I was going to make this drink, I was going to have to literally swallow my pride anyways. And it had been, I don't know, 10, 15 years since I've had cream soda. Maybe my taste buds have changed. They did not change whatsoever, but what are you going to do? Well, anyways, guys, thanks for sitting through this much shorter video. I think if we keep up the black box tradition of using techniques more so than ingredients, these videos might get a little bit shorter, but Nevertheless, this was yet again another fun week cooking off something that I have wanted to try for so long, and I'm so glad that it did not disappoint. Be sure to stay tuned for more cooking videos every single Friday. I'm going to have more of those up as time goes by. And before you go, I want you to give some thought into the organizations that I put links in the description below. The American Civil Liberties Union and the Canadian Civil Liberties Association. They're two nonprofit organizations run by lawyers, activists, among various people of different professions who all have one common goal. They want to preserve the individual liberties and constitutional rights of every citizen in both fine countries. I'd say if you're troubled by the times we're going through now, but let's face it, who isn't at this point? So, if you do want to make more of a difference than you already have, be sure to click the link in the description below for the country of your choice. Find out what you can do to help them support such a fine cause. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for giving those organizations some thought. Be sure to stay tuned for more content, and be sure to like and subscribe. Take care.